And so what they talk about the COVID vaccine passport, and now I talked about this before, and I've raised my concern about it. So obviously, the European Union and local MEPs, from Ireland, voted to fast track, allowing people to travel with obviously, um, vaccine passports. When they fast track that, so basically less time to scrutinise and less time to talk about. So for you wonder why you're having pages in my hand. And again, this is the thing I'm saying. I don't trust the government. I don't trust them. I really, really don't trust them. And again, people might say I'm anti-vax conspiracy theory, west of that crack. But this is the thing. This is the thing. Again, how would you trust this government? How would you trust the Irish government? Again, you might trust other governments, but how would you trust the Irish government of all governments? How would you trust them? I think I would trust the North Korean government better than I would trust the Irish government, to be honest. Because they show utter contempt for everybody in this country. But again, this is the thing. Technology nowadays, governments have access to technology and they can use technology to their benefit. And this is what I'm afraid of, and I'm afraid of governments taking advantage of it, especially the Irish government. I'm afraid of them taking advantage of it. And again, I don't trust technology to a certain degree because big tech has too much power, and I don't trust it. I might be honest, I'm very wary of it. That's why I'm very against phone vaccine passports. Could you not have the old fashioned way? You get a I'm not saying that if they do get the vaccine, if somebody does get the vaccine, they could use a piece of paper, for example, this. It says, it's kind of like something like that, and you just show it to whoever wants to see if you're going into a restaurant or something like that. And again, it's not all big show and tell, and pressing this, that, and the government probably can see, take for example the app, they probably can see, they can see where you're going, they have already used Tree Network and Vodafone and other companies to see where people are going, to see where they're going and everything. That they already have seen that and they already have admitted that. So they probably can do the same with the vaccine passports. They probably can see you're going here, you're going there, where you're going, etc., etc., etc. And obviously, if they had a piece of paper, you just show it to, say, for example, a guard on the street, just like, I don't know, just ask you, can I see a vaccine passport or whatever, you just show it to them and they just look at it and shit, again, the thing is, I don't trust them. And again, that's the simplest thing, I don't trust them. Which using it online, because again, there's so much things they have out of your control on online. The government can use it, to their benefit, and obviously can stop you from going other places. And they say, again, a piece of paper, in other words, they can't really alter it. They can't really say, hang on a second, this, that, make up excuses or whatever they wanted to do. Because again, it probably is happening. Again, the other second thing is, and I want to talk about here for a second too, that it came from China. The first vaccine passports started in China. And obviously I don't even have to explain about China and the human rights offences and what they're doing to people. I don't want to even talk about it because it's that disgusting that would do to anybody, to do to any human being what they're doing, putting people into concentration camps. And the Western media is just very quiet about it. But yeah, this is the thing, that they're doing it to their people. And obviously in China, they can control people, and obviously they can see where the person's going, and obviously they know. And there's the app that judges if you're allowed out. And this is the thing, it goes amber, wedge and whatever. And again, this is the thing. Again, in China, obviously they can have more control because obviously they're very controlling people in China, the Chinese government. But this is the thing, I really don't trust the Irish government with this technology. I might totally be honest with you. And especially because it probably won't get the scrutinism it needs. Because again, we have to remember, and again, I don't want to sound like such an anti-vax or anything like that. But again, it does go under people's freedom of movement, because again, you shouldn't. Again, you don't really, unless a guard asks you, to provide identification or whatever. That's reasonable, to a certain degree. That's reasonable, because obviously they're authority, they want to know what you're doing or what, etc., etc., etc. That's obviously reasonable. But only, only restaurant clerks or whatever, shop clerks asking you, do you have your scanner on your phone and tap it into your phone or whatever, tap it onto the wall, whatever. I don't think that's reasonable. And again, I think people are entitled to move freely without having to do this. Having to have an app on the phone to move freely for the. You get what I'm saying? Again, it does infringe on civil liberties. And I might totally be honest with you, it does infringe on civil liberties. It depends again how severe the app's going to be. Again, I don't really know how severe it's going to be. because I say will be, because again in the UK they're doing it, we have to, if you go to the pub you have to have it and things like that. I say they probably will, most likely could bring it in here. Which I don't think that would help. I don't know how that would help. In the long term, I don't know how it would help anything. Again, I'm not a scientist or doctor, so don't take everything I say very seriously. But I'm sure people would agree. And again, I'm allowed to raise my opinion. I'm allowed to say, what I think, and I'm allowed to talk about it, I suppose, to a certain degree. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I don't trust them. I don't trust them with this. Like again, I wouldn't trust them with a bike. I wouldn't trust him with a bag of marbles. I might totally be honest. And you might say cabin man, typical cabin man. He wouldn't trust him with his bag of marbles. But yeah, I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. So take it as you will, and you think for yourself, and that's all I say. Take and question it. What's happening. Thank you.